For years, the tech industry has been fixated on a single date, 2027. That was the year researchers predicted we would achieve artificial general intelligence, the moment machines surpass human cognitive performance. But recently, those same researchers pushed that timeline back, estimating AGI won't arrive until somewhere between 2029 and 2032. This delay has created a sense of security in corporate boardrooms. It feels like breathing room, a few extra years for businesses and regulators to prepare for the shift. But that breathing room is an illusion. Even if all artificial intelligence development were to stop today, no new models, no new capabilities, the technology we have right now guarantees more than a decade of massive disruption. We are entering an absorption crisis. Our legal, educational, and corporate institutions were built for a pre-AI world. They move slowly, and they are overwhelming their capacity to process the tools that have already been deployed. This diagram shows where we are in the adoption cycle. Current estimates suggest we have only realized about 10 to 15% of the impact that today's models will eventually produce. The remaining 85% of the disruption will happen not because the AI gets smarter, but because labor markets and infrastructure are slowly catching up to what we already have. The shift in the AGI timeline indicates that our underlying systems are already choking on the technology they've swallowed. This backlog becomes obvious when we look at the first major bottleneck, consumer adoption. We are seeing a divide between companies that try to force AI on their users and those that embed it invisibly. Many highly publicized standalone AI agents, like specialized browsers and new chat interfaces, have struggled to gain traction. They ask people to abandon their established habits and learn an entirely new way to navigate the web, which creates friction most users reject. This chart illustrates the difference when tools are integrated natively. While external platforms flatline, Walmart introduced an in-app chatbot called Sparky directly into the shopping interface people already use. Roughly half of all their app users engaged with it, driving average order values 35% higher than non-users. We see the same effect inside tech companies themselves. Anthropic recently reported that nearly 100% of its internal code is now generated by AI, using tools that are seamlessly baked into their developers' everyday environments. Technology scales effectively only when it is hidden inside existing human workflows. Asking the market to change its behavior to accommodate a new tool is a guaranteed way to hit a wall. Moving up to the corporate level reveals our second bottleneck. Current AI models excel at highly structured, codifiable tasks. Because these models perform routine analysis quickly and accurately, companies are rapidly automating entry-level roles. The result is a sharp spike in recent college graduate unemployment, with major firms openly citing automation as the reason for cutting the bottom layer of their workforce. Removing that bottom rung creates a severe structural defect. Historically, entry-level work is how humans learn. It is the training ground where junior talent absorbs the context and judgment required to handle more complex decisions later on. There is currently no university program or onboarding sequence that can instantly inject 5 years of trial, error, and practical experience into a new hire. By eliminating those roles, we are severing the institutional pipeline. Firms are securing immediate labor savings today, while quietly suffocating their supply of competent, mid, and senior-level leadership for tomorrow. That leads us directly to the third bottleneck, unfolding right now on the office floor. There is a massive divide between how executives perceive AI and how their employees actually experience it. In the boardroom, leadership teams spend their time debating abstract implementation strategies. They're trying to solve high-context, nuanced problems, which happens to be the exact domain where current AI struggles the most. Meanwhile, the operational burden falls entirely on mid-level workers. As AI handles the routine tasks, it routes all the difficult, uncodifiable edge cases upward. These employees are left managing constant workflow disruptions and fixing complex errors entirely without established playbooks. The thing holding back productivity here isn't the capability of the software. It is a failure of organizational design, where leadership implements a tool without restructuring the human processes required to manage it. Until recently, generative models mainly disrupted cognitive, desk-based work. But billion-dollar research labs are now racing to deploy models grounded in the physical world, creating advanced physical machines. Before those robots fully mature, we have entered a transition period. We are seeing an inversion of the traditional labor hierarchy, where software systems lacking physical bodies are acting as automated managers. Look at this workflow map. Autonomous agents are actively generating tasks they cannot physically perform, and then hiring human subcontractors through platforms like TaskRabbit or DoorDash to do them. Humans are being paid by code to photograph restaurant menus or close robot taxi doors. This creates a regulatory void. Modern law is built on the concept of agency, which assumes a person or corporation acts as a principal who is legally liable for their agents. We have no established architecture for a system where an algorithm is the principal hiring humans, leaving us with no clear line of accountability when these AI-driven physical tasks go wrong. We don't need to wait for a theoretical intelligence threshold in 2030 to see how this technology alters society. The systems that govern our labor, our markets, and our institutions are already buckling under the weight of what is here right now.